Jason Amatucci. I founded the Virginia Industrial Hemp Coalition in 2012. And our mission basically is to get a network of hemp farmers, hemp advocates, to change the laws for the hemp industry. It was illegal here, ridiculous for so long, and we finally, in 2014, we got the Farm Bill passed that allowed it for research in universities. And then we decided, hey, Virginia, we got to get on board with this. So we got the laws passed, and I actually was privileged to help write the first law. And we, basically to fight for the rights of people for hemp. Yeah, so it was really interesting. I started the coalition online basically. In the first meeting, we called for a meeting. It was 3 people. The second meeting was like 4, and it was 5. We just kept doing the meetings and telling people to come on and to educate people basically on what's going on. What is hemp? A lot of people didn't even know what hemp was, or they didn't understand it. What is marijuana? What is cannabis? What is hemp? So we wanted to show people that there's a different non-intoxicating cannabis plant that is extremely valuable, that is illegal, at the time. And Canada had an industry, the whole world had an industry except for America. So here we are losing out. It's sustainable, it's good for the environment. So we knew we had to make a change, from students to farmers to businessmen to teachers and just general advocates, and they just started to kind of group together, and then all of a sudden we were right there in the middle of making the law because one of the delegates, Joseph Yost, he wanted to carry this bill, and he reached out to our group and said, hey, you guys are leading the movement on this, so it wasn't all about just getting high and smoking marijuana. It was about industrial uses, and now it's turned into medicinal uses with the hemp flower. But and it was great because it just became a group of folks that came together for just the good of justice. Basically this crop, this beneficial, benign crop was illegal, completely illegal. And the 2014 Farm Bill opened it up for research, but only at the universities. So that was another hurdle that when we first started, that people had to work with universities just to grow it. And Virginia was first saying, they didn't even want to have private farmers to grow this crop. And the universities were very kind of skeptical about working with different people and all the different things that came about. So law enforcement was worried about it. They thought people were going to grow marijuana in their fields. So it was a massive education movement that we had to do. Hemp is just non-intoxicating plant, so there's nothing to fear about it. And we want to just normalize it. We want to make it like corn, soybeans, wheat. That's where it should be. It shouldn't be, we have to wrap this up with all this red tape, and we have to constantly test it, and we have to not trust our citizens to think they're doing something. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous that we can't grow a plant, one of the most beneficial plants there is on earth. Well, CBD is, and cannabinoids are amazing have amazing health benefits for humans. We have an endocannabinoid system in our body, so instead of this opioid system try to do pain with things that have big side effects, it's a more natural, less side effects, gentler way to ease symptoms of anxiety, pain, inflammation. And CBD is wonderful. I mean, I take it daily. A lot of my friends take it, and I've seen so many amazing stories of it helping people. So first of all, it's good for people, and then of course then it's good for the economy because it's creating jobs, especially in the times we have now, where stores and things are dropping like flies. CBD stores are still being open because people need their products, need their wellness products. Now people are a little tired of hearing about CBD. They're like, CBD's everywhere. But I believe that it's just going to be a continued rise because people have just begun to kind of understand it, and the boomers, as people call them, are 50 plus, are just now getting comfortable with this, and they're realizing that, oh wow, it helps with my insomnia, oh it helps with my inflammation, it helps with my arthritis. So they're just discovering it. A lot of people haven't even tried it yet. So we still have a whole nother world out there that might catch on to this, and once they get on it, they get off their opioids, they get off the other stuff, the pharmaceutical pills. So there is a natural, shift, as we all can see, a natural paradigm shift for wellness products. And this is just, hemp is one thing. So there's a lot of people that want to get in the hemp business, in the hemp industry, and I've seen a lot of come and go. I've seen a lot of folks that, they just have dollar signs in their eyes, and they really don't know what they're doing, and they're all over the place, and they usually fail. This is not an easy business. Business itself is not easy in general, so you have to have some business acumen first of all. but also you have to go with your ducks lined up and realize what it takes to have a successful CBD business and compete in a full marketplace already. So you have to have something that stands out. You have to have a good product. You have to have a safe product. I mean, that's first and foremost. There's a lot of stuff out there. We cannot be putting out products that have heavy metals in them, products that are not safe for people. This is a wellness product. So the industry is being very good and they're self-regulating. We feel that we don't need the FDA to tell us everything, that we can self-regulate as an industry, and we are. And that's just supply and demand. That's the free market capitalism. But I would say just proceed with caution, because a lot of folks are just diving into it head first without really understanding what, and they're not doing any consulting. They're just kind of saying, well, I'm just going to go with this. I'm just going to grow some hemp. I'm going to extract it. I'm going to put it in a bottle. I'm going to sell it. The problem is they don't have any marketing budget. You want to be this in it for the long haul? Some people are going to nickel and dime it, and they would feel like, well, they're just going to get rich by just all of a sudden people are going to fall from the sky and just be banging on the door to buy their CBD. But there's so many options out there now that you gotta stand apart. So how do you do that? You do it with marketing. And you do that with having a better product or a unique product, maybe better absorption or better flavor. If you buy some CBD oil, there should be some sort of paper trail. You need to see some tests that they have to determining exactly what is in it, how much CBD is in it, how much THC is in it, is there heavy metals, how much heavy metals, how much fungus is in there, and that has to be. Virginia has strict levels of all that. So the legal definition of hemp is 0.3 THC or less cannabis sativa. That's the line that's been drawn in the sand. It's arbitrary. It's not accurate. We need, we're working on, the Virginia Industrial Hemp Coalition is working on a 1% threshold. It probably even needs to be up to 2, but 1% is more accurate. But basically it's cannabis sativa. It's all cannabis sativa. Some is intoxicating and it has THC. Some is not. It doesn't have THC. So hemp is non-intoxicating cannabis, basically, pure and simple. So the fiber in the grain of the seed varieties are going to be grown more like a corn crop. They're going to be grown in rows, very tight together. Fiber very tight together. They want to grow straight up, a long fiber. Seed a little more spread out, but you want to have it go into seed where it puts all its energy into that. And the flower is going to be different. You want it to space out. That's going to be more grown like marijuana. Putting hemp into the rotation is a good thing. It's got a deep taproot. It's going to help the soil, first of all. It needs fertilizer, of course, but it doesn't need the heavy, intensive fertilizer that other crops need. So, soils are a big thing right now. Everybody's paying attention to soil. And carbon sequestration is a big thing right now. So hemp could be doing both of those, improve the soil and putting carbon into the plant, into the soils. There are issues with environmental issues with growing for CBD. There's a lot of plastics used. It's very water intensive. But if you compare it to other things, at the end of the day, it's still going to be better than some of the other stuff we're doing. As far as hemp being sustainable, yes, definitely it can be sustainable. It's one of those things that we need to start shifting this corn soy paradigm that we have, a monopoly on that with GMO crops and heavy fertilization and heavy petroleum fertilization into a different source of enriching the soils, having hemp rotate, and being more sustainable. And anything made of plastic can be made of hemp. So that's a huge one right there. We should be making disposable utensils out of hemp. We should be making plastic bottles out of hemp. We should be making planes, car parts out of hemp. We just need a little more technology because it degrades quicker. The reason why plastics are used so much is they take so much time to degrade, but that's the double-edged sword. Is that then it goes in a landfill, or then it goes in the ocean, microplastics. So then it goes into our water source, and we're ingesting that. We got to build the market. And I've met with VIHC many occasions, and I tried to, years ago, and I said, we got to start now. We got to start pushing the market, and we got to start educating people. And, we don't have anything until people want to buy these products, until they're educated on why they should buy these products, why you should build a hemp-free home, why you should have these building materials, why you should paint your wood deck with this hemp varnish, why you should feed it to your cows and your chickens and your turkeys, why you should put it in your granola, why you should have it in your cereals, your oatmeals, right? So there needs to be an education aspect to this. I feel like that's very lacking in the government, and the USDA could be doing a lot. The VIHC, Virginia Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services, could be taking the bull by the horns. but they're not. I don't know why. VAHemp.org is our website. You can go there, become a member, buy merchandise. We'd love to have you. You know, we've got 400 plus members, good group of folks, quality folks. We have quarterly meetings. It's basically an organization to network, and also two-prong effect is the networking and to get the laws right, and to always fight for the rights of Virginians and Americans on this industry. This upcoming year is going to be very important. We need all the help we can get, so please, VAHemp.org, join our coalition. Check out our Facebook page. Just search for Virginia Hemp Coalition, Virginia Industrial Hemp Coalition on Facebook. I mean, we do a lot of our outreach and communication on Facebook, and keep up to date with us and look for the calls to action that we have. There's going to be a lot to do in the next coming year for Virginia. It's going to be a very important year.